Nigeria's electricity regulator has put up the sixth largest power distribution utility for sale over a $130 million debt less than 2 years after the lenders who took over the company failed to turn it around and make it profitable. Nigeria has 11 power distribution companies, but they are struggling to remain profitable because of lack of capital and sub-economic tariffs imposed by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. Kaduna Electricity Distribution PLC, Kaduna Electric, is one of 18 successor companies created following the privatization of the defunct Power Holding Company of Nigeria in 2013 and sells electricity in 4 northern states. NEC, in a notice on Monday, said the utility owes 110 billion naira to companies including the Nigerian Back Electricity Trader and power generation firms. The regulator said it now considered the company a failing licensee, allowing NEC to dissolve its board using a law passed last year. Kaduna Electric was taken over by African Export-Import Bank and local lender Fidelity Bank in July 2022, but they have struggled to improve its financial performance. Through its Bureau of Public Enterprises, the Nigerian government also owns a 40% stake. And now the Dangote Petroleum Refinery on Monday announced its readiness to commence production of refined petroleum products as it received the 6th batch of 1 million barrels of crude oil required by the plants for its initial operations. The firm, in a statement issued on Monday, said the refinery appears set to commence production of refined petroleum products with the receipt of the 6th batch of barrels of crude supplied by the Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation Limited. It said the fresh 1 million Agbami barrels of crude via MT Almi San was the last cargo to complete the initial scheduled 6 million barrels consignment to be delivered to the Dangote facility for the commencement of operations by the world's largest single-train refinery. Exactly a month ago, Dangote Refinery received the first 1 million barrels of Agbami crude grade from Shell International Trading and Shipping Company Limited, one of the largest trading companies in Nigeria, as well as globally, trading in over 8 million barrels of crude oil per day. Since then, Dangote Refinery has been receiving the crude oil in batches, and the 6th batch of 1 million barrels of Agbami crude got discharged on Monday at a single-point mooring at the Dangote Offshore Oil Terminal. The managing director of Dangote Ports Operations, Akin Omole, had told newsmen at the Dangote K, Ibejuleki, Lagos, that the refinery would be in good stead to commence operation once the 6 million barrels of crude had been delivered. And now, oil marketers on Monday said there is no plan to hike the cost of petrol as the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, which is the sole importer of the commodity, is capable of shouldering under recovery. Dealers under the aegis of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria explained that the NNPCL was capable of absorbing under recovery on fuel price due to its involvement in the sales of crude oil. They noted that other marketers in the downstream oil sector stopped importing petrol because of their inability to shoulder such under recovery. Ipman then urged the public not to worry over the cost of PMS, as NNPCL has capacity to manage fuel price. Under recovery is a term used in the petroleum sector to denote the national losses that oil companies incur due to the difference between the subsidized price at which the oil marketing companies sell certain products and the price which they should have received to meet their cost of production. The Nigerians have not bargained for a sudden removal of subsidy on petrol by President Bola Tinubu, but it happened on Inauguration Day, May 29th last year. While Nigerians are trying to come to terms with the sudden hike in the cost of petrol and the attendant inflation it instigated on other goods, rumors have been flying about concerning a further rise in the price of the product. iBrandTV's Samuel Okata sought the opinions of some Nigerians on the development.
The rumor which went round the country last week regarding premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, increasing from 600 naira to 1,200 naira in all filling stations nationwide, which was later debunked by NNPCL and its counterparts, has garnered a lot of reactions and counter-reactions from Nigerians as they bear their minds on the matter.
Definitely to have a devastating effect on Nigerians because it's going to bring about an increase in price of commodities.
Sudden increase to 1,000 is going to significantly have a negative impact on Nigerians because cost of living is going up and price of commodities are going up. And meanwhile, salaries are still fixed. There is no significant increase in the individuals' earning capacity.
If you now say it should not be increased from 600 to 1,200, you know that most organizations now we have a static income. The income is not, people's income is not increasing, and the cost of living is increasing on a daily basis.
It's further depleting the ability for the middle class to be in Nigeria. And it is the middle class that determines prosperity of any nation. If it continues like that, they will have just a few rich people and too many poor. And it's going to be bad for the economy, it's going to be bad for growth, it's going to be bad for the government itself.
Well, coming from 600 to 1,000 naira should be a funny thing now in Nigeria, but I feel it's a rumor, and I still believe it will still be a rumor because the government cannot make that mistake, and if they do, it will be very devastating in the Nigerian economy.
Our elders, whatever they do, we as a mass, we have no power to do anything. Even though we say we go on strike, you know, this is our labor. They will say they go on strike to increase their salary. That's not what they're supposed to fight for. What they're supposed to fight for is how to lower the price of things in the town, that everybody will benefit in it.
As Nigerians continue to struggle with the devastating effect of inflation and the removal of fuel subsidy, which has occasioned a high cost of living in the country, they beg on the government to come to their aid. They said the government can do this by looking inward and seeing to it that the necessary things are done right, such as fixing the refineries to help stabilize the cost of petrol and other products in the country.
What I think the government should do is that if you are increasing a particular price or the price of an entity, I believe that what people are earning should also increase as well to be able to to minimize the negative effect of it.
I just think probably it's just better to go to a nearby African country and just go and also there instead of staying in Nigeria.
I just wish that they can do something so that Nigeria will no longer be dependent on importation of petrol, because that is the crux of the matter. When that is dealt with, every price will come crashing down and Nigerians will be happy.
They know what they can do to benefit for us, and I know that they are going to do so sooner